Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grigsby's War in the East. So I have made a quick movement before beginning the session. Namely, I have moved these airfields over here, and what I've done that is especially great is I've transferred some of the transport planes from the north to these airfields down here. Which is awesome. We have a few, just almost 200 or just over 200, which is fantastic actually. So this is great news. Now then, what do I do? If I drop fuel into these units, they basically lose their movement potential, so yeah, not exactly great. We need to get Rostov, though we might not be able to get it this turn anyway due to fuel disparities. Let's see. Azov, wow, okay. I kinda wish I'd gone for Azov to begin with. Right, that would have been amazing to have. I don't think we can even make it to the city. I really did screw up when I did decide to do this, so yeah, I should have just initially surrounded Rostov, but hey, everybody makes mistakes, so we'll get on with that one later. Now then, there's still much to do here. Much to do. Just making sure that if I can move some units, I shall. Oh yeah, we actually have potential to knock out a few more guys here. Unless they hold like sons of bitches. Given time, they will collapse. Okay, we just don't have the offensive power there. They do have that fortification though, so that's probably helping them. Might be able to do something here. Maybe. Scouted, okay. I was hoping to try and bag some extra troops this turn, but okay, I guess not. Now, let's see. I am looking towards withdrawing the Panzer group so I can get on with greater things soon. So how will we do that is unknown, though I do need to get out of here rather quickly so we can get on with basically trying to position ourselves for the push on Moscow. These forces do desperately need fuel though, to be able to do anything spectacular. I could perform a HQ build up here. That's true. Though probably not the best idea. Okay. Okie dokie. We'll move you there. You can move there. Then at least we have that going. Now. We do have these Finnish forces, actually, which are just... oh, fantastic. They've arrived just in time. Right, let's grab this. Oh, we gained, Coastal Brigade. That's interesting. Cool. Right. You can move here. Now I'm going to use these Finnish forces. The issue is they will lose morale below this line, but the fact is we can use them to make up our defensive here, which is superb. Okay. This is brilliant. Means I can get moving faster now. There we go. Right. So, I think what we should do now is instead of trying to bother with up here, is to begin the process of extracting 4th Panzer Group and have them move their way down here towards the rail lines. I think that's a great thing. We only have maybe... well, we have about 1 turn, 2 turns really, before the mud comes. I don't know if it comes at 18 or the end of 18, or, well, start of 19. Probably 18, so we have more or less one turn before the mud arrives then. So ideally I do need to extract my forces out of here, well, the panzers out of here, while I have the opportunity. So we will begin to move south now. I think it's definitely a good idea, namely because it means I can get moving now. We've achieved our objective here in the north. That has been done, there's no doubt about it. None at all. So let's get ready to move. Let's get ready to rumble. Right, bomb this up. Okay. And importantly, once we're out of this quagmire, that is the Bloody Swamps, will be great. Okay. There we go. Right, they can be reassigned. So we want them to be with the 10th Corps. So 10th Corps. Yeah. So I think this is a hell of a lot better. I mean, we could have been struggling up here to try and surround these forces, but I don't think it's worth it. I just frankly don't think it's worth it anymore. We need to make our opportunity to head towards the rails. Once we reach the rails, we can begin to possibly a HQ build-up, or possibly even refit the Panzer divisions and have them made ready for full action. I think that would be the best idea. Okay. I mean, 4th Panzer Group definitely does need the rest of its panzers. So how much do we have in rail capacity? About 10,000. Right, then let's see. If I can move both these Panzer divisions over to here, then we'll be good to go. Okay, yep, awesome. The other one can move too. Brilliant news. Now, oh, we can use the rest. Awesome. Okay. Let's get them over here. Lovely. Right, so we have these guys on the rail line. And I can even do a HQ build-up. Incredible. Now then, do I do a HQ build-up here? I think so. I think so. Or do I? I mean, they're directly on the rails. They literally could not be any closer to fuel if they tried. So, they should receive their entirety next turn, or at least more or less a good amount. So I think I'll save those admin points. Right, so we have rails up to here, actually. So I can move my forces up there, of the headquarters. There we go. Now we have you, which you do need to move here. You can move down here. You I can have on top of this headquarters. And there we go. So yeah, there literally could not be any better access to fuel. Just legitimately could not be any better. Now, are these fully ready to go? They're at practically full strength. Only a few men missing. So that's interesting. Now I could have you equipped with some Stug battalions. Okay. But that's still 2 Panzer divisions and almost a motorized division, but practically motorized division strength. So that's great news. So we need to open this up here, and then we can try to sweep in. But you know what? I think while we have the opportunity, while we have this opportunity here, I am going to go for the HQ build-up. I think it is honestly worthwhile. If I can get as much fuel into these panzers as absolutely humanly possible, I could try to sweep in and try to... I don't know, where could we try to aim for? Yaroslavl is rather close. It does have a lot of fuel. And it would put us all the way to their rear. So that would mean that they are threatened. Then again, I could try to cut these guys off over here in the north. That is true, but then looking at the terrain here, I don't know if that'd be really possible. There's not exactly too much up here that would be worth a goddamn, so I don't think that's worthwhile. The infantry would be able to accomplish this task. Yeah, the infantry can do that. The panzers need to move. I am considering moving these forces as well. No, they will be needed just to make sure we can crush Leningrad as quickly as possible. Okay. We do have bombers here then. Okay. Let's move you up. Righto. Have you reassigned? Lovely. Okay. So this is good news. We'll be able to crush the Leningrad defenders soon enough. I'm just trying to get things done. Really. Right, you're beyond range. There we go. Okay. So the rails are going to be here next turn. Now, I need to get these rails as close to Moscow as possible, so I think I will take this here, but then again, it depends. If I can clear this rail path, which I don't think I really have much chance of doing that one, considering the shit amount of defenses here, that is rather difficult. So what we'll do then is we'll go and we'll move the infantry, and then we'll talk about things like that in the future, once we have a little bit more certainty. Might as well do that. At least then that cuts that rail line there too. Okay. Move up where possible. AVI, right, okay, Shuva needs to be reassigned. I'll go reassign them, and form it up into the actual headquarters, into the division, sorry. And now we do have a division here ready to move as well. Considering this river, I don't think I'd be able to cross, but there might be a chance if I move this one up here. Okay, who are you under? You're under this command. Okay. Yeah, I should be able to push... I don't know, I could push that one aside. Right. Let's see. Only scouted. So we need something more substantial to push them out the way. Okay. Right, we'll move you here. Okay. Come on, please be enough. God damn it. God damn. Right, yeah, that river crossing really stings. Okay. Right, we're going to form the divisions. and I am going to begin the process of withdrawing 2nd Panzer from the front line, though it ultimately does depend on the actions of the enemy. Right, so I need you assigned to 5th Corps, and then we can make things work. But yes, we are going to bring back 2nd Panzer if possible, as I need to position my panzers for an encirclement of Moscow. We are at the gates of Moscow. It depends if we can hold it. If we can hold it, that's great news, but if we can't, we'll see what we can do. We do have momentum behind us, really. Not so much in the centre anymore. But then again, there is rather light resistance around the city. Yeah, like here especially. And that would go without too much problems. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I might be able to get around here and cut these forces off if possible. XXVI. Right, that's XXVI. Instead of 2 I's. XX. There we go. Okay, now I can form that into a full division. There we go. I have them into the full division now. Oh, wrong force. Or is it? Ah. Yeah, there we go. Right, that's a division. That's a division and an army. I can get that out of the way, though. Right, there we go. Smash that too. Right, only a retreat. Awesome. Right, come on. Only scouted. 2 tank brigades, that's nothing. Oh, that's 10,000 men, however, and 120 tanks. Goddamn. That's fairly sizable. But all gone. Lovely. Okay, there's a sizable amount of tank brigades here. Weird. Right, let's get a little bit more reconnaissance then so we can work out what the hell's going on here. So I don't think I have the full picture. No, I don't. Whoa! Look at all these forces around Vrozna. They're definitely not looking too good. But the fact is we need to swing up with the 4th Army. I'm trying to establish myself in a position to take Tula. But I need to punch through over here. So, let's see. We'll go here because we can disrupt that headquarters. Plus it's the easiest approach to the city itself. Which is always good to have. Okay. Disrupt them there too. Right, here we go. So I need to surround this city. Should be easy enough. Yep. Okay, there we go. Now, what do we actually have in this city? There's a little bit of fuel, a little bit of supply, nothing really much else. That would be good to have. So what we'll do then is we'll make sure that nobody gets out without our say-so. But then the city will fall next turn, and we have another strong point in our line, really. I mean, I need Orel and Tula. So we'll have Tula, Orel, we'll have Curse this turn. We've got Belgorod, and we've got Kharkov. So that's a nice daisy chain of strong points there for possible fallback points should we require them. Always a good thing to have. Now there's a hell of a lot of headquarters here. Right. Okay, there's a lot of what looks to be like brigades here. Right, let's march through here so I can disrupt all these headquarters and all of that fuel there. And it's a hell of a lot of disruption. Disrupt these guys. Okay. Capturing fuel and disrupting units here. Okay, move up. God damn it, I knew they would have held. Should have known they would have held. Bloody rivers, man. Right, so the city of Kursk. What do we have here? We have a decent amount of fuel. Let's take that. There we go, that is all mine now. And there's a lot of population denied to the Soviet Union. Okay. Let's see if we can cut these divisions off. Capture that fuel while we're at it. There we go. Take the town. There we go. Right, break this up. There we go. We are going to be in Drozhne, hopefully next turn. Depends, really. We are liberating a lot of fuel, though. Right, some actual resistance. Always a good thing to see. Now then, I will concentrate in strength over here. Get us a little bit of morale. I'll just shatter them. That'll help. There we go. Also should isolate that division. Let's look at all those routed units. Oh, god damn you. Yeah, I'm trying to form up in strength now as we try to push the southern flank as hard as possible. Okay, there's a few cities down here that I would like to have. This one, supply, which is always decent to have, but we need to get to these rail lines. We get to these rail lines, but I'd love to take Saratov. There's a lot of fuel, Yak-1 production there, Engels, Yak-1 production. But if we can start to push towards a true flank, that would be great. I need to threaten Moscow on the flanks. If I can threaten Moscow in the flanks from afar, that means they're going to direct troops away from those important fronts. God damn, you can move. Tempted. But I will stick to my guns. Okay. Tank division, sorry, brigade. Easy prey next turn. Actually, no, we'll just ignore it. More fuel and supply there. I will use bombers against these airfields in the later end of the session, due to the fact that they will be disrupted and they should be a hell of a lot more vulnerable. Okay. So yes, I am really trying to push this, mostly to shield my forces over here at Stalingrad. I need them shielded. Right, let's take this fuel from these bloody planes. Yep, there we go. That's an amazing amount of fuel too. That is going to really help out this Romanian fast-moving corps. That took a while. Captured the town, cut that rail line. There we go. Yep, extra fuel in here is going to be amazing. But you look at that, and just the sheer amount of movement in the south is absolutely insane. Like, we have such a huge buffer zone, it's mental. But at least the Kharkov captured, we have that. There is some fuel in there, which is really nice to see. I could really do with some security forces. That is true. It's a difficult situation, but I'd rather go for Kharkov, considering that's going to be further behind the line soon. Right, Romanian forces. Is there a unit here? Nope. God damn. Okay. Ah, these forces down here would be excellent. There we go. Right, you could be across there, but I'd like to build up fuel. That was a lot of movement. Yep, there's a force here. Divisional level of strength too, so not exactly nice to see. Okay. There we go. Planes at the ready. Now you. Headquarters is over there. Sit on top. What do we have down here? Wow, that's a lot of fuel. There we go. Obviously they'll escape, but they'll lose a probable lot. What do we have here then? A lot of fuel actually. There's a lot of fuel in these ports. Right, have you reassigned? Okay. We'll have you move back onto the rails just for now then, until I have really any use for you. Okay. Right. I should really think about motorizing this division. They are really strong. You would have 10 movement here. That should be potentially enough to break through. Right, let's see. What do I have assigned here? Practically F all. So let's get some stuff in. Might as well get to these labor, see what they can do. But there we go. We actually have something in the unit now, so let's go for a full attack. 23,000 men, so they are going to be tough. We do need to try and break our way in. Nice amount of fuel there and supply. Right, there we go. True elite forces there. We'll be able to use them in the following turn. Unless they might be able to break through. I doubt they'll be able to do it alone, but we'll see. Yep, well, it's reduced their defensive, which is good news. Okay, so Crimea is going to be a tough nut to crack. Right, let's see. I have that security force. Need to get that really moving. Do I need to garrison that city? Shift K? No, I don't need to do that one. That's good then. Right. I think we should focus on making sure these ones are okay. Like Livov. That's a big one. Yeah, that one's good now. Right, let's get you in there, just to make sure we got something. Okay. So at least we don't... Well, I mean, we don't have full garrisons, but at least we have something in these cities, which is good. Very good. Right. That's wrong. This Hungarian one is actually really quite large. How large is that city? It is rather small, actually. That one's larger. There we go, so they're both good. Yeah, the Hungarian security divisions are really fantastic then. I do frankly need a hell of a lot more in the way of security. I mean, we kinda excelled and left ourselves a little bit strapped. Yeah, even with 2 there, it's just not enough. Right, let's have you move in there. Right, that's enough then. That's good news. At least we have that. Novgorod, not really. Tallinn, not really. But at least it's something. At least we do have the main ones going. Yeah, we just need more security forces. That's it. We just need more. Right, we have 2 here though. That's good. That means I can move people up. I have 1 here at Smolensk. There we go. That's Smolensk fully held. I don't know if this will be 2 minutes. Wow, look at you, 250%. Is that enough? Yep, that is enough. Right, have you moved over there? Then you can be moved from there to Chernigov. Right, I'm trying to just hold these cities. Not going to be easy. But we're making some progress. Right. Yep, you've already moved. Let's see. I do need to build up some forces here. Right, have you assigned? Fuck's sake. Didn't mean to have them assigned, but fine, I'll have to stick with it for now. Fuck. God damn it. That's really difficult. Okay. I need to get these men out of here now. If I move over here, then I'm going to be on the rails. So let's move the 2nd Panzer out. Yeah, look at that, hardly any movement. Right, have these two forces reassigned to this Panzer Division. Don't you fucking dare tell me you did that. What sense does that make? What sense does that actually make? Right, there we go. So the beautiful thing is now that 2nd Panzer really did open the way up. But now that their job is done here in the center, we can have them reassigned. Even now, it's still not quite exactly perfect, as the rail lines are yet to catch up. But once they do, then we're going to have a decent amount of fuel, so that's going to be great news. And once we get that going, then there's going to be very little to stop us. As we'll be able to get fuel, and importantly, we'll be able to get the reserves that we so need. That's the thing. We need reserves, we need to refit that tank division. It's rather important. Okay. So, that's that done. Now we need to look at holding this line. Which should be very doable, really. Right. We might get pushed back a little bit. It's more than likely, perhaps. But we dig in, and we'll hold on. I could do with pushing that back. That's for damn sure. Okay. You move here. I could be here. Let's see. Ah, goddammit. That's a shame. But ah well, there we go. So I don't think they'll really have much chance of holding. I'm not exactly confident, but honestly, I need to get my panzers out of here. That's what we need to do. 2nd Panzer has been extracted. Now 2nd Panzer is in dire need of renovation. We really need it. I simply can't go on without it. That's the honest truth here. I need them to be re-equipped with panzers. We might have a chance then. So, what do we do now then? What we need to do now is consider the rest of the line. But let's take a look at the actual panzer divisions. I mean, considering their fuel supply, ammunition, it's not good. It's not good. I mean, we're only at about 6% of our medium tank. We actually do have a surplus of close support tanks, but light tanks suffering. Armoured cars, light armoured cars, motor infantry, engineers, motorcycles, all suffering. Mecha, though, are doing really nice. But it's just suffering. And we can't have that. Like this one here. Yeah, they've lost all their medium self-propelled flak in here. Yeah, 70 out of 77. They've taken a huge amount of punishment. Morale is not bad. I mean, they're decent with morale. But you can see we're lacking a lot of men. What the hell? Mountain Pioneer Battalion. Cool. Das Reich. They're not too bad, actually. But they do need the fuel. They need the fuel, they need the ammunition. And if we can get that in there, that'd be great. Now, I'm not happy about losing that cavalry. Those cavalry really did turn out to be really bloody handy. Right, so what we're going to do here, just to make sure that we can try and hold on, is air priorities. Why can I suddenly adjust everything? That's strange. Okay. Not like I really do the city attack anyway. Right. There we go. So we'll have that city next turn. And we'll have the Rosne possibly next turn. Need to move you. If I get across next turn, then at least I'll have an opportunity to cause some mayhem. Wow. Okay. Move here. Oh god, I got us off. Awesome. And across here. Right, so now we just need to get a little bit more. I'll do that so we're all covered. Yep, so we'll be able to encircle Rostov next turn then. That's great, great news. I'm going to be quite happy about that. Okay. So, I should have done that to begin with, honestly. It was rather foolish of me to have not. But we live and learn from this. Right, let's turn Shift K off. There we go. Right. I think we really just hold back the fuel. I think so. I mean, it's fairly dangerous as it does leave them out here a little bit longer. But Frank, I don't know. Could surround that actually, which is probably worthwhile. But then again, I need the fuel. I need as much fuel as I can get now just to be able to push up here. I'm not going to have much chance in the future getting fuel now. And this is best we're going to get. So I think I'll hold off and wait for fuel. We do have a number of forces here. Yep, that's a Romanian core. Right, let's move you up here. We'll have everybody assigned to this, and so, yep, you two need to be assigned to this core right here. Ah, we do have even more forces over here then, that's good to see. Right, we'll move them out and then we'll do it. Forces here too. And that cavalry. Yeah, good number of force. A further sacrifice is required from the Romanians. But these divisions will eventually reach the front line where they will prove themselves to be handy. And we do have the French volunteers over here. Okay. Can't afford that. Oh no, I can. Cool. Okay. Start having them move towards the center, but we'll have them move towards Riga. Okay. Now we have these guys. Let's move them up via rail. No. I think I might motorize you. I can't motorize you. Okay, that's a shame. You could move up there. I think I'll just keep you on the rails for the moment. Okay. I'm practically good on everything. There we go. We'll use those Finnish forces to hold the north, so we can free up men, which is good news. Get this Panzer headquarters moving. Get that Panzer group moving as well soon. I do think we are good to go. Have I done all the rails? I think I have done all the rails. I can still drop some fuel via plane, so that's true. Right, so we'll drop fuel to these 2 Panzer headquarters. Okay. Here we go. Fuel. Right, that's 37 fuel. $28. I'm trying to make it even, really. A fuel. Actually, you have 131 tons. Well, you only have 45. Okay, so you definitely need the fuel. You could also do with that supply too. Right, there we go, 10. Nothing left to carry fuel, but we'll select everything to carry supplies. Get it in there. Right, 59 tons of supply. Okay, there we go. So that's everything. I'm hoping that eventually we'll be able to reach our forces over here at Stalingrad and supply them with fuel. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to, let's see. I wish there was a town with fuel. Is there a town with any fuel here that I can draw from? No. Actually, I think I'm going to move my forces here because, frankly, I can't really risk the enemy cutting me off here. And I don't know what that is. Right, there we go. At least then we have this open. It's this supply corridor. If I was able... Actually, I'll move there. How does that not extend it? Okay, but either way, that's preventing them from getting through at the smallest part of the corridor. But that's a lot of movement. There's a hell of a lot to do. Let's see, can I hit that? No. No, okay. A lot to do here. At least we've got the Panzer group out here. We have these Panzers moving. We have these Panzers moving down south, so we are going to be forming up. I assume we'll be able to have 2 Panzer groups moving from the north. Maybe even a 3rd. So it's going well. It's going fairly well. We have inflicted grievous losses upon the enemy this turn. Absolutely grievous losses. 320,000 to 5,800. Those loss ratios are absolutely astounding. And we have the superiority in terms of, well, numbers now for the moment, which is amazing. So we are going to knock away at their air power here. So, yep, 5,758. Now, let's see. We have lost about 1,434 planes, but that's not even that much, really. We're able to cover those losses. So, let's go with night missions, actually. Actually, we can't fly night. The reason why we can't fly night is we've probably got no planes set to night missions, so we'll take a look at that in the future. But we'll go with the AI control for now. Try and knock a few out. What the fuck? Oh, I wish I could cancel these. Right. That was no good. Fucking hell. I hate the fact that you can't cancel it. Right, okay, that just completely backfired. Yeah, okay. So I really regret doing that now. Really regret doing that. But these are things that happen, and we'll have to live with them. God damn, that was brutal, though. God damn. Right, there we go. I think we're about ready now. So we'll be able to proceed to the next turn. Just make sure everybody is happy. Yep. Yep, that's you. Yep, you're here. Happy. And you're happy. That makes me happy. Right then, let's go forth. Go forth and conquer. I am going to be interested to see how Moscow turns out. But honestly, I don't think it's working. I mean, yes, we are the gates of Moscow, but we need to encircle Moscow now. The infantry should be able to potentially hold on. It depends, really. If we lose a hex or a couple hexes, then we can always retake it. We do have the time. And once I get the appropriate forces into the area, we'll be able to make it work. Okay. I'm changing tactics, basically. My panzers need to be refitted. Especially second panzer needs to be refitted. Righto. Yeah, the Soviets are pulling back. I mean, we can break through here fairly easily. I need to find some kind of city that carries a decent amount of fuel. Then we can use that as a staging post for our forces here. But we do need to cross the Volga. If I can reach the Volga, good. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's actually really good. I'm glad they attacked there. Because if they attacked here, then that would have been more problematic. But yeah, that's fine. We do have decent defense here. Yep, okay, no problem. The infantry will be able to deal with this in time. I do have the maneuverability. Yep, I thought that would be attacked. Yeah, they were pushed back. No problem. We're still on the doorstep of Moscow. Yep, we held here. Look at those losses on the Soviets. Their armoured fighter vehicles are rather precious at this moment. But they've expended a lot of strength, and now I do have them in a great position here, so I might even possibly be able to rout them. We need to sweep from the south, and we need to sweep through the north. But look at this transforming. If I can break through here, we can encircle all these forces, which might be possible now. It may very well be possible. We need to use these forces to get batter away, and then break through, surround them, and then that's a huge portion of the defenders gone. Okay. Fair amount of defenders down here in the south. We'll be able to possibly break through next turn. Once we're here, we'll be able to surge through and cut these forces off and then deal with them. I'll be able to head on towards Sevastopol. Then we can advance through the others. Right, so that was a fairly uneventful turn. Not exactly too much happened there. But that's fine for me, that works really well for me. Okay, supply unit phase 1. Rail repair, supply unit phase 2. Let's see. Sea shipping is great. Actually, with the port of Azov, we might be able to get some supply through. Right. Lost a few men here, but not too much. Okay. Let's survey the situation. Yep, okay. Rifle Brigade, Cavalry Divisions. Still lacking fuel. These guys do have a little bit more though, so that's good news. They retreated. Oh, right, there we go. Rostov is going to be ours. Oh, fantastic. Do I get any shipping here? Shipping available is at the moment 0. That's probably due to the damage, but there's still a amount of fuel there. That's good. Right, there we go. We got fuel into these headquarters. Good news. Righto. Yep, those forces are still buggered. Got that, got that, got that. Okay. The rails will keep advancing over here, which is good news. Mud is next turn, more than likely. Right, let's do some reconnaissance. Oh boy. Right, yeah, their strength really hasn't increased. It's definitely concentrating now. And yeah, look at that. Just look at how much more fuel and supply they have. That is an astronomical increase in fuel and supply. Look at that movement range. We can break through. And we are going to break through hard. It's going to be very, very painful for the Soviets when we do break through with these panzers. Look at that, 139% fuel. Not entirely that much. But hey, I'll take it. I'll be able to move up the rail there, just to make sure that we get that a little bit further. Even these guys. Really not bad on fuel here. I mean, this is the beauty of having all that supply now. Yeah, look at that. They're pretty much all in supply, at least the HQs are more or less all in supply. All our rail lines are up, that's great news. Soon we'll be able to reach Moscow. Not as close as we're hoping this turn, but no problemo. Okay. We'll do that line. I'll just move these, I'll move the, let's move them both. Oh, one. Either or. Okay, move you. Now, do I move towards Vyazma? I think we move towards Vyazma, as that's going to send supply down here too. There we go. Lovely. So we should have supply in this area. Look at that, 39% fuel. The fact is they're able to get fuel, they're not suffering attrition as well, so that is beautiful. I do wonder if we've actually gained some replacements. We should have gained some replacements. These guys are looking fairly good actually now. Okay. That's awesome. What did we receive in terms of reinforcement then? So we received the 227th Infantry Division. Sweet. Okay, so Mud is next turn. Or possibly the turn after. Supply demand has increased, which is not too great, but hey. Right, let's just finally finish these guys off, because I mean, for the love of God, it is getting a little bit ridiculous. Finally. Absolutely finally. Release that's 200 armoured fighting vehicles right there. And a guards division. So that's a good way to start. Let's see, what numbers are they looking at? Yep, armoured fighting vehicles has gone down again. That's sweet. Guns as well, we do have the advantage in. This is good news. Ah shit, partisans. In the south. But I do have some security forces at Odessa to deal with those. Right, they're gone. Move back to Odessa. Sweet. Luckily, no other partisans in the north, which is where it would really hurt. Right, just there we go. In fact, I would be able to link up these rail lines here, or do I? No, I don't think that'd be a wise idea. I think what we should really do is head towards, possibly... Bryansk? Possibly. Though... No. No, we'll head this way. I need fuel and supply as close as possible. Though I am somewhat tempted to move towards Vyazma, as it would be able to link up these rail lines. That is a tempting target, but it would take a long time to reach it. And I could always link up along this rail line anyway. It would make the rail, well, the logistics system a hell of a lot more robust, as one partisan wouldn't ruin it everywhere. Right, that's a shame I can't do that, but at least we got that. So we'll have supply up that bit closer now, which is good news. And we should potentially have supply towards Moscow. But the fact that these panzers are on this rail line is amazing. It means they're going to receive all their replacements and just fuel. So I think I might... I don't know, do I keep them there? It's one of those things. With the mud possibly coming next turn, we might face a situation where we're going to find it incredibly... well, just significantly more difficult to move than we would have normally. So, do we move now and use the fuel, or do we wait, gather more fuel, but then it might be the mud, so then we might be finding it very difficult to move anyway. These are things that we have to consider. Right then, let's deal with Leningrad. I can't wait for this. That is a very strong point. Hopefully these divisions should be able to take care of that. Or not. Fuck my life. Okay, we'll use all of that then. Are you kidding me? How? How? The hell? There's still some significant resistance. That's clear to see. But goddamn, whoa. Okay, so this is the actual city itself. It's going to be very difficult to deal with this. Yeah, they are well and truly dug in, so it's going to take us a while to break through Leningrad. Though we do have the time. Okay. I would have significantly more here. There we go. Just one rifle division. Probably should be able to do that with a full attack. Yep, there we go. Is that city open? That can't be open. Surely not. Okay. Of course. Right enough and able to attack, but we'll try and get them from the rear. Still holding. But their defenses are significantly less. So that should give in the following turn. I mean, it is a strong point. We have to consider that. But already they've lost just under 100,000 men. So these are still significant losses for the Soviets. And we're not even done yet. Okay. Now, I must move away with these forces. 16th Army is required elsewhere. Alright, break you up. Move you here. I need to stem the tide from here. The hell? There we go. '18th Army can deal with Leningrad, probably solely under their own strength. I mean, definitely as we do take out forces here. Right, just give it a go, see if you can break them. Yep, awesome. Oh, wow. That was sweet. That was really sweet. But the pocket is definitely contracting, so this is great news. 18th Army will be able to deal with Leningrad by themselves. I mean, it's going to suck. I mean, they are going to have to break the city. But once they do, then that's good. But it frees up the Panzer Group here, so 3rd Panzer Group can start to move down here as well. So that means that we'll have 3 Panzer Groups ready to just to burst through here. Absolutely burst through. We have rail lines moving up right behind them. So it's going to be an amazing opportunity for us. But there is some definitely some strong points here. Do have to consider that. But I do have overwhelming power. There we go. Right. Go full attack. Yep. That's quite difficult to deal with. I wonder why that is. I mean, it's a town, but is it dug in? Right, it's dug in. Okay. I just wish the Finnish forces could actually attack. If they could actually attack, that'd be great. I'd be able to do something. But frankly... Ah, there we go. I can make sure they can't get out at all now. There we go. So they are definitely trapped. Right, so 18th Army is all that we need then for Leningrad. So that is now freed up 16th Army to act completely over here. So Army Group North has been split, really. So we have one army concentrated on Leningrad, but then we have 16th Army, then we have the Panzer Group as well. The other Panzer Group can return to Army Group Center. So in effect, this has been the greatest pocket that we've achieved. It has just opened the war for us so much. And that's 200,000 troops, or just under 200,000 troops that we have taken from there already. So that's 200,000 troops gone, or just gone. Just gone. So that's reducing Soviet numbers even further. They probably lost a few leaders, and there's still yet a few more divisions to go, and tank divisions. So yeah, we actually do have more troops than the Red Army does right now. We have more guns than the Red Army. We have more tanks than the Red Army. Though we do have less planes. Especially as I do end up bloody launching them on it. Suicidal raids. That's good. We captured vehicles there too. And yeah, Baltic shipping is available here. Awesome. So we can actually get some shipping in here. I need to get some work on the rails done. Though we are doing it, so that's good. But once it is done, then we'll have it linked up, which is going to be sweet. Righto. So where was the battle? We were pushed back there, but that's fine. Oh no, we weren't even pushed back. Okay. Right. You're controlling a lot right here. Not really, actually. We'll have these forces move down to the south. I'll have you move here to cover these men. Then the rest can move. As we are going to try to separate them. I mean, I do have the entirety of this army, and we do outnumber them. Okay. Cavalry and a tank brigade. Right, that's the tank division. Okay, there we go. Okay. I do really wish you could use this Finnish forces. It's kind of weird that you can't. But oh well. But yeah, I need to try to sweep up here. You know what? Thinking about it, that would be the easiest pocket to form. That is true. That is true. Okay. Shuttered and routed. Oh. Oh, goddammit. There we go. Okay. So, yep, we do have the panzer groups ready to move now. Move here. Oh. Interesting. This is... okay. Move you out of the way. I'll route you. That works too. Right. I would like Kaladin. Let's try and take Kaladin. Should be able to definitely do that. I mean, the combined attack should be more than enough. At least I hope so. Yep. There we go. Shuttered. I might as well try. Yeah, not surprised. There we go, we have Kalanin, we have Kaluga to the south. It's all coming up Millhouse. We need to just surround these forces and cut them off. If I can get across the river here, that will be a possibility in the future. It is difficult though. So I think we'll try up here instead. That should be more than enough force to get us across. Yep, there we go. Now once we're across the river, we can make it work. Okay. Right, Tank Brigade and Rifle Brigade. They might be able to do it together. Yep. Really? Okay. Have them reassigned. Here we go. I don't know. I don't think they'll be able to do it, but we'll give it a go. Oh no, it actually did work. Okay, wow. That shortens the line somewhat. Though in a kind of negative way. I should have really kept it like that. Oh well. Let's see. Right. I need to get around the city. I would like to also hold my position, so what we'll do is we'll reinforce. There we go, so we are reinforcing this area now. What do we have here then? So we have a tank brigade mountain and... okay. So let's see. Should be able to have enough to break through. Yep. That was a doozy. Awesome. Right, there we go, we're buying ourselves space. Right. I need to get this here as well. It's trying to degrade and unhinge their defenses. That's the difficult part. Honestly, that would probably... yeah, that'd definitely be worth it. I mean, destroying 6 rifle divisions there. That would open all of that up. That would mean we'd be able to push on through here. We might even be able to pull off a much closer push on Moscow. It all depends really on the Webernet's turn. I do think it is going to be Mudnet's turn. I'm more than likely going to assume Mudnet's turn. Could I use my... oh, thank you. Oh, what? Are you insane? That's irritating. But at least we can move on down here now. So that's good news. I mean, we could have taken Rostov much earlier if I'd have encircled it rather than been a dick. But ah well, these are things that we learn. Leningrad's going to be far more difficult to deal with. But ah well. Right. Uh, 16th can be moved here. There we go. I mean, their supply is not bad at all. It's really quite good. It's just once the mud comes that things are going to be difficult. But then again, it's going to be difficult for the Soviets as well. And considering that we do have a very solid line here, with a lot of buffer room, that's good news for us. We do have a number of key cities, so that's good. I mean, we've got that. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 cities there. That one potentially this turn. Leningrad's just in the bag, really. It's just a matter of time before Leningrad falls. So that's the vast majority of the victory points already under control or looking likely. These bloody tank brigades are a pain in the arse, though. Yep, we definitely have more troops than the Soviets right now. If I can send them below 3,000 tanks, that'd be great. Or below 4,000 tanks. Okay. So what do we have here? Right, so we have the Guards rifle. That makes things difficult. Okay, cool. Then again, let's see. Hey, farmy. God damn. Right, disrupt that headquarters. Okay, that's a fair amount of strength. Okay. Yep, that's another army headquarters out of the way. Whoa. Yeah, there's so many of these bloody tank brigades. Okay, so we'll grab the city. That's more than enough power, but oh well. I'll make sure I get that city and then we can move on. Yep, there we go. And with that we have a nice strong point. Okay. That's 3 cavalry divisions. Yep, there we go. I mean, this is good morale for them. And I do definitely need to swat them away, because they are becoming something of a pain. It's still fair few men. Okay, there we go. It is impressive, though, that the Soviets are able to just pull things like this out their arse. Soon we'll be able to... Yeah, I mean, once we start covering this rail line, then Stalingrad is inevitably going to fall. The thing is, we're very much ahead of time on that. Yep, surrendered. I mean, that's still 1,000 men and 42 armoured fighting vehicles. That's still a decent amount. And they've lost 269 so far. Another... Well, that's 235,197 men gone. So they're almost at 4 million losses now. And there's still the rest of Stalingrad to... Sorry, Leningrad to go. So this is good. I mean, we'll have 2 panzer groups now freed up for action. We've got 16th Army freed up for action against here now, so we can hold that. We've got the Finnish forces here, as we can hold in the north. And then we're going to just basically ram 3 panzer groups either through here or through here. I'd like to just, I don't know, maybe through here. It depends. I kind of like the idea of going around and taking all these men. But it honestly depends on the timing and the weather and fuel, of course. Lot of variables. Lot and lots of variables. Okay. That's a nice city. It's got fuel and resources, might as well take it. It's the fact that it has the armaments as well. That's what I like to see. If we need to, well, if we can keep the amount of armaments that the Soviets have down and ours up, that is great news. It means that we have the advantage. Oh, these tank brigades getting in the way. And they need to be dealt with. Okay, there we go. Route all of that. What do they have here? Right, air bases. Headquarters as well. Alright, but Rosne next turn, but... Or... Cavalry and AT Brigade. Be ready to cross the river. Okay. It might not seem it, but this is important maneuvers. Namely because it's going to really allow us to push into Stalingrad. As you can see here, the distance between our push and Stalingrad is decreasing. And as we put frontage on this river, notice how we're starting to move in a nice fashion in the south. I mean, once Stalingrad's secure, then we can start to turn north. Well, we either turn north or we turn towards Baku. You know, it's a big thing, really. Okay. I mean, this is a significant amount of strength for South. I need to bring Army Group South to bear against the enemy. And honestly, it's the lack of enemies that's been the issue. Right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so that is a rifle division. That's fair enough. Yep, here we go. We'll be able to open this corridor up. Yeah. Okay. I will try and gather fuel. Let's see. I can't imagine there being a whole lot in the south. It seems fairly empty, but then again, the distances here are absolutely insane. I mean, that's a long way from where we are now. I think all we need is 1st Panzer to really turn towards the north after we secure Stalingrad. Take these cities in the rear. Just steal as much industry as humanly possible from the Soviets. But look at that. I mean, this is it. This is incredible. I mean, the thing is, we almost have the entire frontage now. And in fact, we practically do. I think if we had every unit basically at the front line, we'd have the frontage in European Russia. We have pushed them back so goddamn far. It's incredible. Okay. Yeah, we need to move up Stalingrad as quickly as possible. Yep, that's wide in that corridor now. And the thing is, infantry aren't that far away now from Stalingrad. The rest of the Panzer Group can begin to follow up soon enough. Let's see, can't do a HQ build-up. Can't do one here, but soon enough. HQ build-up. Yep, keep the rails moving. The spice must flow. Keep moving down south so I don't have to cross over the river. There we go. Yeah. Eventually we'll be able to reach Rostov with our rail line. Then at least we can have that usable. But the thing is, if I put my headquarters in Rostov... Well, actually, I can't because... Well, it's not a port city, actually, so it wouldn't matter. But I'd be able to put it into, like, Azov, and with that port there, we'd be able to use that. Which would be great news. Okay. Right, let's take... Actually... all of them together. Might be able to take Rostov. Yep, Rostov should be ours. Yep, so we have Rostov under our control now. So that's great. And there's still a little bit of fuel, but we did take a lot of resources and etc. There we go, secure that port. So now with this port secured, we've gained also that. Supply source for the 33rd Army. Interesting. There we go. So we have that port now, taking those. Right, so that means we can move all these guys. Bloody Hungarian cores are so weird. I need more men, really, to assign. But, I mean, we do have more Romanian infantry coming, so that's good news. But look how far these guys can move. That's incredible. I don't know, the Romanians, really just depend. I'm so far in advance of what I should be at now. It's incredible. That we're facing issues where it's a question of do we go south or do we go north? I think we go north, really. I think the question is north. But what I could potentially do is try to cut this off down here. But then again, the sheer distance is so large. But Baku would be amazing. But that's another VP under our control. I mean, Rostov didn't fall till November, and it only fell for a few days. So for the fact of us taking it now and being able to hold on to it is rather bloody huge. Okay. And what are we looking at like... right, see, that's not too bad. I mean, this is getting better. Once fuel arrives, we'll be okay. So what we'll do here then is... we'll spread out. There we go. At least we can prevent any more reinforcement. Some fuel would have been amazing. Right, 51 MP. Okay. So that rail line is cut, that rail line is cut, so they can't send anything out now. Well, they can send it up there, which is a shame, so I need to try to get down here to that. Ah, well. Okay. I can destroy those forces next turn. So let's move these men. Right, make sure they can't move. And that, of course, we do have forces next turn to destroy them with. There we go. Move all this way. Progress is good though. And with these ports, that means we can get some supply eventually when they're in our full control. But that's some movement. I mean, we are in a decent position. It's going to be very interesting to see how much it affects us, but hey, we'll see. Right, these remaining troops will be greatly needed in the time to come. Right, let's use our bombers down here in the south. That's we'll select all. Disrupt them. Okay. Unfortunately, nothing else to send. Right. Hopefully we can break through now. Again, no. They are really well entrenched. That is difficult to get through. That is definitely difficult. But at least we're digging in here, so they can't get out either. But I do want to get in. I mean, what I could always do is use the Romanians to just hold this, and then have the German infantry, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Okay. I mean, there's more Romanian infantry coming up here. Okay. Right, we'll have you launch a full attack just to reduce their strength. Yeah. There we go. That'll collapse next turn. And then, yes, we really are just knocking on the city. Once we deal with that, I mean, we'll be able to put a lot of force into it. So much to take here. Well, not there, but... not there either, but still fuel. But then Leningrad is only here, but look at all that fuel. That is an incredible amount of fuel. And the fact is, they'll reduce T-34 production, KV-1 production, reduce BA-10 armoured cars, armoured port, railroad, manpower, heavy industry. Huge city. Absolutely huge. And then these cities here. Northwest Leningrad. Yeah, a lot of people. Just most importantly, it's cleared then, and then we can focus AGN entirely on this area. So then, we're not having to fight two fronts, we can focus on the one. And that's just it, we're just focused entirely this way, entirely east, instead of east and north. Of course we do have south now, but ah well. You win some, you lose some. But a lot has fallen to our glorious arms. Right. Can I not break you up? Oh, wrong one. I can't break you up, god damn it. But yeah, that is great. Okay. Let's take them off the train, Ben. Okay, let's see what sort of movement we have. It's fairly deep. I mean, we'll be able to get into here. And then we'll be able to liberate all of this fuel. I love saying liberating the fuel. So fun. But let's move these panzer groups down here then. Because of course the fuel is going to be here. Oh, it's going to be here so nice. And then we'll move south. But this is it. I mean, by the time we're here with the panzer groups, The rail lines are going to be here, so we're going to be able to pick up all that fuel. And depending on the terrain, depending on if it's mud or not, we'll just basically wait and stack up. And you can't imagine the power of the dark side. So yeah, that's 3rd Panzer, 4th Panzer, 2nd Panzer down here. So 3 Panzer groups to sweep around here is going to be incredible. It means we'll be able to use them to encircle the defenders and just try to encircle the entirety of the city, which is definitely possible. But what I'll try to hit for is Yaroslav, Ivanovo, and then Vladimir. Those cities there would be great. Gorky is rather far out there, but look at all of our production here. That's crazy. That's a good city to actually aim for, considering all of the things produced there. God damn. Let's see. I wish there was a way to compare the phases, or like, I don't know, like different... like in other ways you can compare like different information, like AFE production, AFE losses, that sort of thing. I'd love to see that. But ah well. Right, let's move this then. So we'll begin with you. Now, I could have you moved over here. And then at least you're on the rails already. Which is a good point, actually, on the rails. Yeah, these guys are loving it, though. Okay. So move here. And I can't do it yet, but we're on the rail. So just move down. What the hell? Okay, move out. Right, there we go. So that's the entirety of the Panzer group here concentrated. So that's 3rd Panzer just entirely there. So that means they're all on the rail. Pretty much all on the rail. So then we are going to be able to just concentrate. Now I think what I'll do here is I'll move you here too. And I'll have a Panzer assigned to you, and then we can get that collecting fuel too. So we'll have 14th motorized assigned to that corps then. There we go. At least with that, that'll have some actual supply in it now and fuel, so then we'll be able to spread our Panzers out and switch between headquarters as we need to. Right, now you. And again, look at this, we'll be right next to the rail. I could head there, be right next to the rail. So we're heading towards supply. That is the major thing here. I mean, for the vast majority of the war, we've been heading away from supply. But now that our rails are right up here, that means we are heading towards it. And technically, I can be on it. Right. This is amazing. There we go. I mean, this is it. I could push up there, and I've moved from all the way over here. So we have 3rd Panzer... Wait, which one is it? So that's 3rd Panzer, 4th Panzer here, 2nd Panzer here. See, imagine we're going to be able to just steamroll through them. HQ build-ups really push the amount of fuel that we have. And then it's good to be able to crash through them. Ideally, I'd have 2nd Panzer take the shorter route around. This one round here, then you round here. I mean, I could always have, like, Panzers move via rail down to the south, so then we'd have 2 Panzer groups. But I think 3 Panzer groups would definitely be able to achieve it. I'd also need somebody from the south, but considering the amount of resistance in the south, the infantry will be able to do that. I will have to do that. Okay. No more movement in you, sadly. Or in you. Well, that north one. And I've done south. There we go. Right down. Take that, just so it's sealed off. Okay. $26 MP. Not too much I can do about that. And, I don't know, if I go down here, I'm gonna have to cross rivers, but they're not major rivers. So that's good. I mean, I avoid crossing 2 major rivers. I mean, I still have to cross 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, it depends really. If we advance down here, we can cut that rail. And then we can sweep from the south towards Stalingrad. Take it from the rear. And just, I don't know. I could always just go straight up. I think going straight up might be the best idea. At least then we're not going away from supply, which is the biggest thing. So yeah, we'll head north. I need to make it easier to supply my forces. If you don't have to move, don't move then. Move there. There we go, so we got that town. Practically nothing in it, but still. Well, don't mind if I do. Old habits die hard. There we go. So at least that's 2 divisions down there that will be cut off next turn. And all that territory will be then mine. And yep, let's keep on trucking. Let's get some fuel into these headquarters then. And let's see. So this one, 124. It's this one that really needs the fuel. Okay, fuel. Select all. 64 tons will do. Take 24 tons. Move that up. Okay. Six army. Could do with moved up there. There we go. I do need to really... I don't know, I might put the Romanian forces under 11th Army. Depends, really. Really does depend. Okay. I could use these panzers over here. Or not use these panzers over here. But yeah, I mean, taking all this fuel here would be incredible. I mean, or do we just wait and build up even more fuel? But then again, there's always a certain amount that you can... There's only a certain amount they can get, and especially considering that we might be facing Mud next turn, it might be worthwhile pushing up now. And the beautiful thing is, once we push into here, we're moving on planes, really. I need to move on this rail line. So, we'll push that then. Let's give them some experience. Show the Russians that they have something else to fear now. Yeah, look at that. Shattered. Not surprised. Oh, there we go. Shattered. Can move there. And then, yeah, you look at that, 14 MP. That's nothing. I don't know. I think it might be worthwhile just to, yeah, we'll spread out, and then at least we have our positions ready and starting. If I have the HQs here, then they'll just pick up that supply. Yep, there we go. It's just mental. This panzer group, actually, I think I might have them ready to move via rail. It would take us a while to move them via rail, but at least we have that option with the entire panzer group practically on the rails. So that's good. Actually, I might as well put the entirety of the panzer group on rails. So that means just like everything ready to go. So yep, the entirety of the 3rd Panzer Group is on rails. So, depending where we need to move, then... yeah. So there's no connection here. But as we head down south here, we will eventually link up. I could have carried on that rail path, which would have been really good just for the Panzers, but that's it, it would have been good just for the Panzers. And not really anybody else. So as we move down south, this is going to cover more of this area anyway. Just look at all the terrain that we've taken, though. Right. Actually, by getting our panzers in here, then we'll be able to use them to... We'll use motorized, really, to hold it. I should... yeah, motorized. That should be sufficient. Okay. So I mean, supply's still not even that far for them. I mean, obviously they're behind this, but that's not far. Let's have something assigned here just to help buff them up a little bit. Okay. I think we'll keep them on the rail line. Actually, there's cavalry used over here. I'll have you reassigned, and then at least that buffs them up. I need to make sure that this actually holds. Right. So we'll keep 2nd Panzer on rails again this turn so we can build up that supply. And we need to see the developing situation. Because it might be that we use rail lines and... well, this is it. This is an incredible thing. We have this flexibility. Ah, I need to move them actually. Okay. Second Panzer's over here. I mean, I have my panzer groups really pretty much ready to go. So depending on the developing situation, and it really does depend on whether mud actually arrives as to what we do. But depending on the situation, then we'll be able to deploy our panzers via strategic rail links. Or even have them shifted back into towards the Reich, and then we can have them refitted. And it honestly depends on the situation, but once we're finished over here at Leningrad with the infantry, I'm going to find things that significantly larger. Well, we're going to find things significantly easier, that's what I'm trying to say. I need to deal with that. I need more security in general, in all honesty. Right. Rail capacity 0. Leave you as you are there. Get them moving. Okay, you'd be a lot better off over here. There we go. Right, so now that we can spread things out on the logistical lines, it's good. But yeah, this is looking sweet, especially in the Baltic, as it is definitely a lot easier to convert those rails. But we have got a lot to convert here. And the important thing is, we've got that huge buffer room. We've got that absolutely massive buffer room. So we're not being held up over here at the Dnieper. And we are at Moscow. We can't take Moscow right now. But the thing is, we're there. And as we continue to chip away the Soviets, they're going to find it hard. I mean, they only have so much they can stack in one province. And this is it, we're already here. We're already here. Let's see. Right, try and push you. About it. Oh, good, can use the ball. Good. Decrease in width. I'd like to move you there. Oh, fuck, wrong one. Ugh. Yeah, it's a sad thing there's no rail connection here. But we'll have this rail line run up potentially here as well. I don't know. It depends. I think I might run it towards Kaluga. Potentially. Does depend. I would like it right up here in the center just so we get the absolute most amount of supply. And as long as we can keep up the offensive on Moscow without things drying up due to lack of supply, then that's great news. Okay. Ah, they held. A lot of air power here. Sadly, a lot of it was lost. Oh, we do have the transport available. Fantastic. Right. I think transport's... Well, this is it, isn't it? Could do with having them support this advance over here, which is probably... I don't know. Probably in the south, but then the distance, it's quite difficult. There's a lot to consider. That is Croatian infantry. I'll probably keep them nearby just so we can use them for anti-partisan duties. Right, the French volunteers. Oh, Shame they don't have the French infantry. Okay. Issue is as they dig in, which they have started here and here, which is difficult, so I wanted to take those. Right, I'd love to reduce the frontage here, but those 2 divisions would not be enough. I mean, I could throw these men, but it wouldn't be enough. So we'll hold for the moment. Well, what we'll do then is we'll send one... Actually, no, we'll keep them here. We'll keep them here. We'll go into reserve, actually. There we go. Then if anything does break out, then at least we do have our forces nearby. Well, these forces here to reinforce, potentially. Righto. I think yeah, I'm gonna put the planes at the transports here. I'd rather have the option than no option. Might be able to use them to drop a little bit of fuel in this turn, actually. Nah. Okay. There we go, keeping it moving. Okay. Ooh, these forces ready to move too. Yeah, so that's even more Romanian troops then that we can send. Awesome. Ooh. Ooh, we have another 2 security brigades here. Superb. And these are the Hungarian ones, so they are the best so far. Yeah, it's all about the numbers. So those security brigades could actually hold on to large cities, actually. So the large cities would be great. Okay. I think we have pretty much moved almost everything. Haha, these guys. Okay. Can I do any HQ build-ups? Yeah. We'll build up where we can. That's fairly cheap. Obviously, it's going to cost us in terms of admin, but... admin and vehicles. But this is the best time to do it. Okay. those guys will pick it up anyway. But this is it, yeah. Looking awesome. Catching up over here. Slowly but surely. But the infantry will be able to push up over here. We'll have Verozne more than likely next turn, so that's another objective. That's even more industry taken away from the Soviets. And then we are slowly but surely sweeping them in the south and in the north. So things are looking fairly decent. It all depends really what happens next turn. If we have the Muds next turn, then that's going to slow us down considerably until next year. But we'll have to survive through the winter first. But if there's no Mud, then that means we are able to really roll on by. But there we go, we're taking the Soviets down to 3,954 armoured vehicles. That's great. Right. Move you up. Lovely. Okay, we'll have you move. I don't know really where, but we'll have you move. Could be helpful at Leningrad. We'll see. Or even up here. So, there we go. Now, what would we receive in reinforcement next turn? So a lot of forces are being withdrawn. Finnish forces, then artillery and stuff like that. Yeah, lots of Finnish forces, actually. Italian armoured. That's not looking fun. Lots of withdrawals. Is there a turn that we receive a lot of men? Few infantry divisions. Okay. Gain a panzer division here. Ooh, siege mortar. Ooh. That's cool. That's pretty damn cool, actually. Romanian construction battalion 2. Wow. Wow! There's a lot of Italian forces. So we can look forward to that. Awesome. And that is in 1942. Okay. Ah. Okay. At least we'll have this next turn. These 6 divisions will be gone. That's good. Weakens the defense. So, go ahead here then. I'll save it and then we'll check the results of the next episode. Well, the next turn, and then we'll leave it there. But yeah, this has been good. I mean, we have lost a few... We've only lost 3,760 men this turn. But that's another 243,000 Soviets gone. So last turn, 49. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, the worst turn really was turn 12. But 25, 26, 37, 23, 17, 27, 20, 50, 35, 36, 21, 7, 24, 34, 30, 49, 46. That is so many gone. And we haven't lost a single unit yet. Okay. Just can't believe it. I mean, once we're here, that's going to reduce the frontage even further. Once we're at these lakes, frontage is going to be reduced. I mean, we are starting to sweep north now. I mean, we'll have the Romanians probably deal with Baku and have the German forces head up north. And then we can try to swing it close on the Soviets. So there we go. We'll end the turn. And I should have zoomed in first, but well. God damn it, I hate that you can't zoom in after. It's rather annoying, really. But look at the distance there. So, we'll see if the mud arrives. Okay. I mean, we're at 1942 levels of advance. So let's see how this goes. And while we do that, I'm going to try and open up a bottle of stout. Ale. Though the cannot, well, bottle opener I have is a piece of shit. Come on, you bastard. Come on. Oh, Nelly. There we go. Interdicted. If you guys are interested, it is milk stout, which is really nice actually. It's quite chocolatey. I do like it. I'll be interested to see if the Soviets receive substantial reinforcement next turn. The issue is the number of brigades that they gain. It is rather difficult to deal with. But we'll see. I mean, the trap is closing on Moscow. I really am praying that we do get one more turn of good weather. The mud is coming really soon, and when the mud comes, we're going to see a lot of our units in beachhead supply, especially down here. So it's going to be a difficult process. Right. Don't know where that is. We held though, so that's good news. Somewhere in the north. Held there, good. Yeah, I'm assuming that's near Moscow. I am assuming that. I just wish I was zoomed in to see. Okay, they retreated but still inflicted losses on them. Yeah, that's near Moscow. Whoa. There's a lot of men. I mean, this is it. They're focused on trying to save Moscow. Yep, held. Just look at that, how many armored fighting vehicles they lost. They lost almost, like, I mean, almost half. I need to exploit that gap while we have the opportunity. Yep, looks like we got that. Okay. It's just the sheer mass of Soviets that makes things difficult there. I do believe if I had been able to pull off this Smolensk pocket and close it on the first turn that I did it, we could have been in an even better position right now. But then again, this is the thing, you have no idea. No idea how things could have changed. There we go. Please, no mud. Please, no mud. It's probably going to be mud, but let's hope there's no mud. Hoping and praying. Hoping and praying. Please, no. If it's mud, we'll deal with it, but let's hope. It is probably going to be mud. It's going to be mud. It's going to be mud. Ah, mud! Ah, who threw all that shit all over the screen? Okay. Now we get to enjoy seeing this for the next couple turns, and then winter. Yep. Are you guys ready to see how beachhead supply looks? Oh boy. And these guys are technically isolated. Though our forces here in Moscow are not too bad. These panzers over here are okay. Jesus Christ, this has reduced our ability to move significantly. So... This is interesting. Right, logistics is still holding, so that's good news. But we need to sort this out. Oh well, hot dog. At least I can take Stalingrad. I'll take that, thank you. That's really good, actually. That gives me somewhere to go into. Fantastic. I noticed that the Soviets have forces down here. That's no fun. They've gained reinforcements. Okay. Significant reinforcements at that. A couple hundred tanks. Right. Well, this ain't fun. Yeah, these rails are incredibly vital now. We need to move the rails down south. Okay. But we got this. It's just going to be a fucking pain in the ass to take it just because of our combat power being just slashed. But again, so is theirs, so swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Right, let's do some reconnaissance and see how bad the situation is. Okay. It's not great. And after 61% fuel, they can't move. At least they can't move far. Right, at least this is able to carry on, so that's good news. Oh boy. Right, let's get all these divisions together. That's a huge attack. Oh, fuck off, man. How can you have almost 200,000 men attack and still fail? Fuck's sake. That's going to delay things significantly. Right, okay. I mean, I know the mud was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. Goddamn. I just think if it had been good weather, we'd been able to move that much further. Ah, well. The south is kind of in a sticky situation. And we actually are starting to see Soviet combat reinforcements down here now. But the good thing is that we do have Stalingrad, so I'll capture that. Okay. But this is rather poor. And there's really not too much I can do about that, just because of the sheer distance that we've advanced then. So I will leave it to you guys to let me know what you think. How do you think we should deal with things? Oh, you son of a bitch. Partisans at the worst possible time. Okay, sons of bitches. How were they even able to deal damage there? Yeah, mud is just horrific. I mean, this is it. Once the snow... Well, once the December starts to set in, once the winter starts to set in, things will improve in terms of mobility, but then the winter will become worse and worse and worse. And then things drop down again. So, I don't know. What do you guys reckon should we do? Should we try to just set in for 1941 and just hold on to our gains? I mean, we have the panzer groups over here to reinforce, and we can lose terrain. It's just the fact that we are going to be losing out on destroying men. Leningrad's going to be a pain in the fucking ass to try and break down. And probably won't happen, to be honest, until we have that mobility again, or until we gain the combat again. It might be that it returns in a turn. We'll see. Right. But the thing is, I can hold more or less. It's only really Moscow that we need to be careful about. But since as though we don't really have any ability to advance anymore now, we just need to dig in. Once we're dug in, with the infantry here, we'll be good to go. I mean, the thing is, it's reduced the Soviets' combat power as well, so this is fantastic news. I mean, it has given them the breather that they need. But the thing is, we're already here now, so that's good. We're kind of approaching historical levels of progress now. But, yeah. And at least we got South Stalingrad, so at least we got somewhere to dig in now. Why can't I see what the hell's in there? I frankly love to see. I should really just bring that together. Is there any fuel in here? There's a little bit of fuel and there's some actual supplies, so I'm gonna get you in here. There we go. This is going to be a pain in the ass, but at least we have Rostov. Pain in the ass. Okay. Right then. So, we managed to take out 3.7 million Soviet forces. We have lost 96,000 men. 184,000 have been disabled. But the fact is, we've reached a great point. We have a lot of room to buffer ourselves with. I mean, yeah, it's going to be difficult with supply. But obviously we'll have to adapt. Rails will continue to move forward. And in the south, where it's not particularly too bad, can keep moving. It's a shame that I wasn't able to get Verozne. That would have been a great city. Oh, fucking hell, look at all that supply. God! Fucking damn it. I might still be able to take that city. Probably not. This is difficult with rail. This is really difficult. So I mean, these decisions are now well and truly life or death. But the Germans were historically mauled in 1941, so this is nothing that we shouldn't be expecting. Partisans are going to make this a bitch of a time, though. So let's get these rails moving. Okay, so the best we can expect now is 3 or 2 rails per turn. Ah, that line was cut, yes, wasn't it? Ah, fuck me. That's irritating as balls. Righto. So, guys, until next time, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and welcome to the Brown Days, as we deal with the mud across Europe. We weren't able to deal the death blow to Moscow in well, I don't know, before the mud arrived. We weren't able, we were almost there with Leningrad. I mean, if we'd been able to do it next turn, if we'd had a good weather this turn, we probably would have been able to finish, or at least take part of the city. But the thing is to bear in mind, we have reduced Leningrad significantly. We have the vast majority of Army Group north available now to defend with. And as we wait out, the mud will dig in, especially here where we're digging in already. And we'll bide our time. We'll see where the Soviets are weak and strike. But the good thing to note is that we do have the logistical power to keep on going there. Yeah, we're going to have to move headquarters much closer to units. Yeah. I don't know, it depends really. Do we pull back? So all of these men are really now technically isolated, and that's an horrific situation to be in. But then again, I don't know what the Soviets are like, but I imagine they're faring better now. That's so brutal. So brutal. But yes, goodbye for now. Do let me know your thoughts, as I will definitely be reading the comments regarding this part of the campaign. So, but now, goodbye. I hope to see you all again very soon. And have a great night, or day, or whatever the hell you are doing. Goodbye for now.